Thanks, everyone. So, did we finish with introductions? Should we continue?
I don't think we finished.
I don't think we finished. Okay, so we got Jon Kennelly, GM Partnerships at Beta. Jon Apt, co-president. We got Jon. We got a very lovely send up for you. And Tom DeVito, SVP of Retail, Sales, and Service at Comcast Cable. Thank you all for being here. Who am I and why should I be talking about this topic? I do have a super fun title. I work for, I'm here representing Future PLC. We are a global media company and publisher. We have a massive online and offline presence. We focus on 4 main verticals: gaming, music, knowledge, and tech. Tech being our largest vertical. We have 23 brands, tech brands, that fall under that portfolio. Just to name a few, we have the Tom's Guide family, Tech Radar, Top 10 Reviews, T3, PC Gamer, Laptop Magazine. I'm not going to rattle all 23 of them off, but certainly we have a major stake in the conversation around tech and tech enthusiasts. Looking at just some of the numbers against it, we have 50 million tech enthusiasts within our audience group. So what I do is I advise our clients and brands on how to create really interesting, immersive, and experiential campaigns that get them in front of and build meaningful relationships with their target audiences. So the kind of conversation that we're going to have today is the kind of conversation that I have with clients and people who advertise with us all the time. So hopefully this is interesting and gives you guys a little window into some of these background conversations that are happening all about tech and retail. So enough about me. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of a chance to talk to you about themselves and what they're doing. So apologies, this is the first time I'm seeing these slides. We're going to learn this together, you guys. So I think Jon Kennelly, you are up first.
Sounds good. Nope.
No, that's not it.
That's
okay,
me.
we're going to start with
That's
Tom.
Xfinity. I'll start. So we're in a transformation today. We had about 500 service centers. It was very transactional in nature. We're getting out of that business, and we're moving to immersive retail, contrarian bet, and it's all about customer centricity and experience. And we've got a wonderful set of products around media, entertainment, technology, and communications. And we're standing up these stores, and it's all about activating digitally our products and services in our stores, product fluency, demonstration, education, and helping customers understand how Xfinity products and services can improve their life. So we are on a journey to digitize all the transactional parts of our business, talked about that a lot today, and move to experiences. And we think we have a really unique opportunity and moment in time to do this, and we're taking advantage of that.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I'm sorry. I did a terrible job. I should have been going through all these.
You have more than
as
one
we're
slide.
going. Do you want to speak to any of the specifics in here as far as talking about
Yeah, sure.
how you're changing the space
I'll do
internally?
that. So this is our design today that we're launching. We just opened up one on Walnut Street in Philadelphia. You'll see these in all of the major cities around in our 15 regions. And again, it's all about activating the Xfinity experiences. So when you come into our store, you'll be able to interact physically and digitally around broadband, Wi-Fi, our XFi experience, our mobile products and services. We talked a lot about home automation. It's a big conversation today. Integrating home automation throughout your home through our XFi platform. And then, of course, video. And our storefront on video, how Amazon Prime, Netflix are integrated into our video platform. And if you go through, click in the next slide, you see how we are bringing these to life in our stores. So if any of you have been into a old Comcast service center today, highly transactional, those will all go away. creating these digital relationships with our customers, be more effective for our customers and for us, and efficient. And now all about customer experience and demonstration. Go to the next slide.
I think that.
Is it, okay, I thought we had one that had a little bit more in there. But, and then it's all about how our products and services work together from an integrated perspective.
Great, thank you. All right, I think I saw, Jon Apt, that you are next up.
I'm Jon Apt. I am a co-president of Abt Electronics. We are the largest single-store retailer for virtually every brand that we carry in the United States. The company was founded in 1936 by my grandparents, and we're a true family-owned business. I have 3 other brothers, and we're all co-presidents together. What you're looking at here, our approach to retail is, I guess some would call old-fashioned. We're really focused on on customer service, first and foremost, from getting them into the door throughout the life of however long they own the product. What you're looking at here is, this is in our, what are we looking at? It's a giant light bright. It's called Lightzilla. And it's one of the attractions. We've got probably 15 or 20 attractions in the store, mostly aimed at kids. And people are like, what do you want to do that for? We want the whole family to come in. You know, it's important for us to get the kids hooked on coming into Abt. I got tons of kids who said their parents brought them into our store as a young kid, and they've been shopping there, and their grandparents have been shopping there, or whatever. So that is, to the right of that, there's a Dillon's candy bar, which we have in our store, and people say, why do you have a Dillon's candy bar in your electronics store or appliance store? And it's another way, you know, we're not going to make money selling candy, but it's really a beautiful store, and it's eye candy when you walk in. There's a selfie booth. You see those a lot, but we've had that for quite a while. We do a lot with social media, and we like when people take pictures in our store.
Do we have another one? Let's see.
That's the world's largest Pac-Man machine. Ever seen that? That's
Congratulations on having the world's largest Pac-Man machine.
That's sort of a new attraction. And what you'll see behind there's little boutique stores throughout the store. There's a Connect, there's an Apple store. To the right is a Toomey boutique. We've got all sorts of little stores within the store. And in the center of that area, there's a giant fountain that goes off every 30 minutes to sound and music. We were inspired by the Bellagio in Las Vegas. My father was a huge Steve Wynn fan, so there's a lot of Vegas in our showroom. Want to hit the next one? Let's take a look. That's an interactive display. I think that actually came from Google. We like to work with our manufacturer partners to a certain extent. They typically try and throw things at you and say, hey, we want this, we want to put that in, we want to do this in your store, we want to do this. And we take what they have and we kind of modify it so it sort of fits in with what we're doing. That's a bubble machine. You can step inside that and pull a lever and you get engulfed by a large bubble. That is a new Control 4 studio. There's voice activation in there. There's a little sign. There's another slide in there, and it'll probably show a close-up of the sign. So you can just walk in unassisted and have the room have a party or turn on. There's an outdoor area back there. It'll turn on lights, music, audio, video, whatnot. That is part of our Inspiration Studio. We launched this 2 years ago. It was a $12 million project. It is 10,000 feet of super high-end kitchens, and kitchens that actually function. So we have chefs come in every quarter and cook meals. It's really nice to actually be able to demo products, and that's one way we do that there. That's an event. It looks like an event we had. I think that's a chili cook-off we had with some renowned Chicago chefs came in, and we had some celebrity chef judges. Charlie Trotter. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. He was a world-renowned chef. His wife was in there amongst other people. But we like to do events. We like to have fun things going on in the store. Let's see what else you got. Well, there's
More
our
chili?
judges. Yes, go ahead. That's a new Dyson display, a little Dyson room that we worked on with the Dyson people. It's fully interactive. There's little pods of dirt that get thrown out so people can see how their products actually work. That's another Inspiration Studio shot.
In the
Okay.
interest
These
of
are get-
time,
these are
I'm
getting a little
gonna-
silly.
I'm going
Yeah.
to keep going in the interest of time.
This is kind of a cool thing. We did with LG. This was a temporary activation showing some of their new OLED product that we did last year.
Cool.
These are some crazy customer. I brought a lot of slides. Sorry.
You did bring a
everybody.
lot of slides.
We do customer appreciation sales several times a year, and they are they're busier than a Black Friday. It's the only time we direct mail our customers, and it's typically wall-to-wall people. We've got about 240 salespeople who work this event, and then we ask all our vendors to come in and bring support. Hey, okay, I think we've seen enough.
In the interest of time, well,
think we're-
well, first of all, you were being modest. Now we know everything that's happening in the store. But in the interest of time, if you don't mind, I'm
Please.
going to move on
I only
to
have two, so we'll go quick.
Okay, and from a different perspective, John Kennelly, if you want to take us.
Oh, where are my pictures?
Oh, no.
It's okay. So I'm with Beta. We're a retail as a service platform. We've been around for about 4 years. We help brands of all sizes create physical retail experiences, typically digitally native brands that you might not otherwise see in a physical retail setting. We're going to create a physical experience for them. We also work with larger brands like Google, although the experience we've created for Google feels awfully small when you look outside and see what they've done here. But the idea is helping digitally native brands really create that physical experience and engage and allow customers to discover their products in a new way. We're also a retailer that makes no money from selling products. So, as odd as that sounds, I'm sure we'll get into exactly what that
Yep.
means and how we accomplish that.
Yeah, so that's a great segue. So the first question, like the elephant in the room, is if we're going from showroom versus the traditional retail that's very focused on sales, first and foremost, how are you measuring success?
Yeah, so I think, we think of retail, and it sounds similar to, the way Tom and Comcast are thinking of some of these things, but really as a media channel, just in the same way that advertisers measure impressions and clicks and things like that with a digital ad buy. We think of Beta as, a physical representation of media. So traffic, demos, discoveries, things like that. Those are the way that our brands measure success. And then also, there's an element of understanding what type of lift we're providing to, let's say, the 10-mile radius surrounding one of our stores. Are you seeing an Amazon lift? Are you seeing an e-commerce lift? From a sales perspective, obviously that's the name of the game. So, brands are also seeing significant lift. People come into a Beta store, discover a product, and go home and purchase it on their own.
Tom, John,
We,
how do you?
we do it, so we have relationships with 30 million households in the country. And so we think of it in terms of we're doing this to drive a great customer experience and drive that education and better knowledge and understanding, product fluency of how all of our products work together. So 20 basis points of churn reduction for us is $2 billion or so a year. So our focus is building stronger relationships with our customers, and this is one way we think we could do that. The other thing we've learned is, as we've really focused on the experience, we're actually seeing traffic increase in these stores far above what they were in our old service centers, and we're actually seeing sales climb once our customers are fully educated on all of our products and services. So we're seeing benefits both on the revenue side and customer acquisition, and we're seeing benefits in retention, lowering churn and creating better stickiness through this new retail platform.
We look at traffic. We look at the end of the event to see if people are smiling, if they had a good time, see what kind of.
We call those soft metrics.
We definitely measure sales after an event. Not only we do gaming events in the store every quarter, and typically it's Xbox or PlayStation, and you definitely will see a lift of sales afterwards. We did this Nintendo one, and we didn't see a lift in Nintendo sales, but we saw a lift in Microsoft things. It was basically little kids that were coming in to play, and their parents were bringing them in. So we'd see a lift in like Microsoft Surface. We just had a meeting with them. We're telling them how much they ended up selling to their parents because of the event. So it's more for us. It's a feel good thing, and it's really to make sure you're trying to attract the customer for life. For us, at least, we think we sell boxes. I sell commodity products that you can get online or get at any other store. But if I can provide something, an added value to somebody, and really make an impression, we're really looking for a lifelong customer.
So where does the conversion happen? Are you focusing on converting to sales in store? Are you sending people home online? And is that where I imagine you guys will have different answers to this, but where's the ideal spot once you have gotten into the hearts and minds and built this equity with the folks that you have in these experiences?
I'll take the first crack at it, but a lot of the speakers today talked about the physical and digital world, and 70+% of our customers, before they come into our store, have researched us online. So omni-channel is critical in our space, and we're in the early stages of that, but we're moving to a place where you can learn online or in the store and then buy in the store, ship it. We could ship it to you. You could pick it up there. Our self-install kits, our mobile devices, our modems. We're doing it through apps. So we're aggressively thinking about that integration of the physical and digital world. But we find most customers want to learn online, and then they want to come touch and feel in the store. So we're seeing a lot of that sell-through happen in the store after they've learned online.
Yeah, for us, I would say that where do we want conversion to happen? The answer is wherever it's easiest for the customer. So for about 90% of the products that we carry, we do have inventory on site in case somebody wants to, falls in love and wants to buy something right away. But because of the way our business model is set up, brands are treating it like media, so they're subscribing to be part of the store. We don't make money from selling products. As a result, the employees that work in our stores are focused on educating customers on new products. So they're not going to hard sell or anything like that. If a customer wants to learn about something at a beta store and then go to a brand's e-commerce site, then that's certainly a win for us.
How are we doing on time? Good? Okay. So how are you driving people to these experiences and to your stores? We're seeing more and more of this in all different categories, but how are you building awareness to start that relationship before they ever set foot?
We're pretty blessed, 30 million relationships. So there's a lot of reasons for our customers to come to our stores. And so we've got a good embedded base of traffic. That said, as we create our digital relationships with our customers and take transactions and create a less friction relationship so it's easier to do business with us, inherently there's less reasons to come to our stores. So we're working hard to change the complexion of why customers come in and what they come in for. And that is done through really a 3-pillar approach, leveraging our existing media spend and talking about call, click, and visit. We're doing a lot of our mass media and commercials, you'll see from Xfinity now, are actually shot in the store. So we're trying to reinforce and educate the marketplace that we've got these great places to come experience our products and services. And then the third is through digital, through the integration of our digital advertising, search, and integrating that, and that's how we're approaching it.
We've built our business primarily on word of mouth. Again, kind of going back to the old-fashioned way. When somebody has a good experience, they typically, maybe they'll tell somebody. If you got a bad experience, they'll probably tell 20 people. So if somebody has a bad experience in our store, we do our best to turn that around. And we hear, we certainly get complaints online, we get phone calls. We'll do whatever it takes to make that customer a happy customer at the end of the day.
Well, that's where all of your social activations or your social enabled activations really help too, right? Because now you've taken word of mouth and given it the megaphone and given people lots of opportunities within your store to share that with their networks, across our extended villages now, in the social world.
Very true. Very true.
For us, honestly, if I'm doing my job, then a lot of people are going to come to Beta stores, and that's really about, we've become known for having the most innovative products in the world on display and for sale in our stores. So we also launch new products every month. So on the first of every month, customers know they can come back to the Beta store and they're going to see a handful of new products that they've likely never seen anywhere before. So I think if I do my job, a lot of people are going to come back to Beta stores on a regular basis because they know they're going to see something that they might want to put on Instagram or tell their friends, hey, I went to this store and saw this crazy product and you should go down and check it out. I mean, that's, again, if I do my job right, then a lot of people are going to continue coming to Beta stores on a regular basis.
Okay, last question before we open it up for questions from you all. Are there any specific challenges to the tech industry that you have? I mean, we're seeing so much movement in this trend in fashion and in department stores and beauty and some even CPG. What are you facing that is different than some of those other verticals?
Selling technology, it's people want gadgets, people like to play with things, but then they get the product and a lot of times they don't know how to use it. So we offer free technical support for as long as you own the product. You could call us or email us 3 years after you bought a DVR or a camera and really get advice on how to use it properly. So for us, we've got an ever-growing team of technical support people that are, as our business grows, we need more people there. And as the technology advances, they say it gets easier, but in some circumstances, it really doesn't. So for us, it's making, to make sure the customer's happy with the product, they've got to really understand the tech behind it.
Similarly for us, I would say education is a challenge. So, quite honestly, most of the products sold in a Beta store, no one needs. But a lot of them will improve your day-to-day life. They might save you energy if you're buying a smart thermostat, or they might cut time off. They might make you more productive at work, something along those lines. No one needs them, but the more customers learn about the products, the more they understand, hey, this is actually going to make a meaningful impact on my day-to-day life. And so that's on us to really focus on educating customers. So when they come in and say, how is this pen smart, and why do I need a smart pen? We actually, can educate customers and show them, hey, this might actually save you quite a bit of time in your day-to-day life.
One of our biggest challenges is, because we have multiple products and services, is just getting our teams the level of product fluency to really do a great job of educating our customers on deep product fluency, functionality, application, and do that in a really cool way. So customers like coming in and see us as their friendly experts for communication, media, technology, and so, 7,000 retail employees, getting them all with the right behaviors, the right process, the right education, the right body language, the right fluency. That's one of our biggest challenges, and if we nail that, this is going to work really well.
Great, thank you. Okay, I'd like to open it up to the audience. Yes?
All right, so the stores that also install, sure. So you have a lot of devices that need professional installation. And how do you bring the trades into the mix? Do you invite them for special days for education? Do you have a trusted trades people list, when you have to install a new stove or
Locally
home
in
automation?
Chicago, we actually service and install everything that we sell.
Oh, wow.
So we have 300 trucks on the road daily. We're doing 1,200 deliveries. I forget the number of service calls that
All
we
right.
do.
That answers
That's
that.
locally, but nationally, we sell online, and nationally, that's a big initiative for us, especially now. We have a network, but with we had Tax Nexus, so we didn't have to charge tax, and now since that's going away, we are looking to add installation services directly on our website, and we hope to do that within the next 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
Hi, I do have two questions. One is a data gap. There's some gap between first data and third-party data, quality and volume. Third-party data has a lot of volume, but they don't have insights. So we try to very first-party data, but the first-party data doesn't have enough volume to represent the entire population. So what do you try to do to understand the full journey of the customers? Do you use any statistic approach, or do you try to use more like a machine learning or AI kind of sophisticated approach to understand the full journey of the customers? And my second question is, there is so many options to capture your product experience, but we do have limited resources and budget and spaces. So how do you prioritize your presentation? And what kind of question do you ask for yourself or clients to put things together?
Before you get into answering on the retailer side, I can answer from building. So who your partners is really important, particularly if you don't have a lot of resources and funding internally. Partnering with a company that does, as a standard, use certain types of physical and engagement tracking, for example, which can be done with a ton of different types of technology, whether it's RFID or if you have an opening weekend and you are giving everybody who comes to this big customer appreciation party some sort of wristband or card that allows us to track how much time and what people are doing from activation to activation, demo to demo, things like that. So really being smart about using partners that have those tools on hand, and then that data that we're collecting on site gets merged with the data that retailers are doing to finish the consumer journey going through to conversion. That's at least how I've seen success in it in the past, and having open conversations and saying, what would you like to track? What can we track in the physical world to then tie into, when we're putting that data together, a meaningful story about what people actually want to do and what they follow up with sale-wise.
For us, we're a little unique in that, so we have relationships with customers and we talk to them all the time, whether that's online, talking to them through chat, or they call into care, they'll call a store. So we've got an engine that when a customer engages us in retail and we see who you are, it's called next best action, and it's an engine that says, hey, you called customer care 3 times, we didn't do a great job on your installation, or we didn't do a great job on this product, and so we should do this, or you have this product with us, this would be a great complementary product. So it's more machine learning It's CRM based. We take that intel, and that's what helps our front line determine what they should offer, if anything at all, or should they just be very focused on showing empathy and, trying to rebuild trust.
We do very little tracking in our retail store. Online, we do a lot of tracking. It's a very different approach. I couldn't imagine putting an RFID tag on customers.
You have to make it worth their while, though. That's
Right.
there's a benefit, a value exchange that has to be worth giving them an experience that they cannot have anywhere else. And this is an eventized thing. I don't know if I'd ever recommend that for an
In retail.
everyday experience, but it does give you a window into how people are going to behave the rest of the time in your immersive space.
Our customers typically also have a relationship with their salesperson. If they have a great experience, they're going to come back. They want to see that person again. So and most of our staff is trained to really cover the gambit of all the products that we sell, and if not, they're going to pass them off to someone that they recommend within another department. But it's really personalized, and it's really not data focused. Old school.
Oh, I don't know who was first.
Hey guys, thanks for the presentation. It was great. John, my question is for you. You have one of the coolest appliance stores I think I've ever seen, and you obviously have a lot of unique things in that store that they wouldn't sit in a typical appliance store. How do you go about rationalizing and deciding on some of these activations that would otherwise be atypical?
That's a great question. A lot of the ideas come from our customer base when they recommend, hey, why don't you sell mattresses? So we have a mattress store now. And everything really evolves around the home. So it for the most part, it's pretty cohesive, maybe other than the luggage and the watches and jewelry. But, we're always trying to change things up. We always want to make it fresh. That Control 4 room that you saw, that has been remodeled probably 8 times in 3 years. Just, if we build something, we'd like to try things out. If it doesn't work, we start over. We have no qualms about throwing money at something and seeing if it floats. I mean, we started out, we were a radio shop back in the 30s. There was no television. There certainly weren't computers or video games. So we've really, everyone says retail is dead. We've really evolved. We listen to our customers. We try and keep people happy. And we want to evolve the business into whatever. I mean, who knows what it's going to be in 10 years.
So most of the things it'd be fair to say our customers suggested. So in the cases of things like the luggage or the jewelry, what was the main driver to say, we need that in our store? It's not something that I think a lot of people would say is a complementary fit.
No, that was my brother's idea. My brother Michael, he was, our margins are deteriorating heavily, especially in the CE space, and so we were looking for a lot of the things that we brought in: the furniture, the mattresses, fitness equipment, higher margin product. It costs money to operate a store and costs money to change things. So we're always looking for ways to increase profitability when margins continue to deteriorate.
Interesting. Thank you.
Thanks.
We had one more.
This is real quick. It should follow on to what you just said. So does that mean you've reduced your square footage to consumer electronics?
No, our floor space is about 110,000 feet at this point. We keep eating into our warehouse to build more floor space. But no, we have not. We're just really, the store gets bigger when we add new departments. Okay. So we haven't eaten into the floor space.
Last one, for real this time.
Okay, for real. All right. Hi, this is for Jon Apt. So I'm just wondering, what was that aha moment when you guys just decided to increase or incorporate that experiential experience into your store? That's a big change from traditional retail, and taking that dive it's a big one. So what was that moment for you?
I couldn't tell you what the moment was. I think it just sort of evolved into something. I mean, even like baking cookies on the weekend, something that we've been doing for 25 years. I think that the idea came from a rep. They came in and they said, hey, we want to show people how the oven works. We're like, great idea. It's going to smell great in here too. And things just kind of evolve. People bring ideas to us. We get inspiration from other places, even outside of retail. I love Vegas. I mean, it's overwhelming, but everything is so exaggerated here that I think you get really good ideas.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thanks again to Tom and John. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.
Thanks. Fun.